Hey, this is Dr. Sonja, and welcome back to the Wisdom Vault at Dr. Sonja TV. Okay, business owners, I got something for you. I need you to listen closely if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, thought leader, and you're really wanting to get to the $1 million mark. These are the things that I believe that business owners lack. Now, this is going to hurt a little bit, so don't be throwing stuff at me and throwing shade and all up in my chat. If the shoe fits, just put it on quietly and nobody will know it's you. But honestly, seriously, just fix these things as much as possible, and I'll share with you how. Number one, all right, I'm going to put it on like the stairs because it's elevation and you're growing into this. Make sure I got enough here. So the very first, I would say levels to this, number one is what I believe that is missing is focus. One of the number one things that I see out here in this space as business, and especially in the online platform of coaching, speaking, thought leadership, and all of that, which is a growing industry. And there's so many people coming into this space. And even if you're not on the online space, it's just out there in business, period. This business mind that is needed. Focus is the number one. There's so many what we call squirrel moments that are going to take place, meaning that something pops up because there's always, there's a million. Let me do this real quick. This is $1 million. There's not just one way to get to $1 million. There are multiple ways to get there. You get to pick and choose which one you want. Now, I know, serialpreneurs, you're going to come for me, and it's okay. But there has to be a level of focus where you're not out there multitasking and doing all these things, and as soon as a squirrel comes, you've ever seen a squirrel? Have you ever been driving, and a squirrel comes out of nowhere, and he's doing this? He does, like, bruh, can you just go across the street? Can you just go out of the way so I don't have to hit you and you're, smashed all over the ground? I always think, I just pause right there. I'm like, can you just make up your mind which way you're going? That's what most business owners look like when they're trying to do all these other things. They don't know whether they're going to go back to the left, the way they came in, or they're going to go to the right, or they're going to run down the street beside the vehicle. There's focus that is lacking. Focus on the one thing that you're so good at. Become so good they can't ignore you. The next part of what I believe is missing for business owners is simply discipline. Discipline. Am I spelling this right? Hold on just a sec. If I'm not, can I just put an A through a Z in here? If I misspell it, take a letter from there and add it in here. Here it is right here, okay? Something like that. If it's not, hey, don't worry about it. She's like, did she misspell that on YouTube? I did. And we're not going to edit it. We're going to keep it in because I need y'all to know this is real. Anyway, discipline. Discipline of what is needed to build out a business. So many people start something and they just quit. It's too hard. I've had lots of people that I work with. And lady, if you're a woman right now, please hear my heart on this. There's something in us that, and not just women, I'm talking about people in general, but I just want to hear my heart on the reason why I work with women the way that I do, and my heart is for them, is simply because we have so many things going on around us that we get overwhelmed with things. And there's discipline that is lacking, especially in this business industry, to be able to do this at the next level. Right? And being able to have the discipline to play this whole thing out and staying on task and on target. It's so many things that are happening. I talked about the squirrel before. So focus and discipline go hand in hand. The discipline to get up every single morning and not check your emails first before you meditate and pray. Getting up in the morning and possibly going to work out. I know that's one of the disciplines that I need to get right away. My husband will tell you right now, like, you gonna work out? I don't feel like it. But you feel like building your business. That I do, right? And so the discipline that is needed for you to stay on track and the discipline that is needed for you to build your business to $1 million, okay? The third thing, as we talk about getting on track for this $1 million and what business owners are missing, number 3, my favorite, endurance. Most people say resiliency. I say endurance is what's needed. There's a difference. Being resilient is being able to fight through a thing. Endurance is fighting through it and keep on going and learning and growing from it. In a world where the voices of women are not just heard, but are a foundation for change and impact, comes an event that stands as a beacon for ambition, impact, and transformation. Welcome to Schedule Your Payday, the live event set to change the game for women everywhere. This April 2024, join me and many other dynamic speakers for a 3-day journey designed for women service providers, business owners, coaches, authors, and thought leaders who are on a quest for more than success. They're desiring leverage, legacy, and liberation. With limited seats available, this event promises to be the turning point for countless women ready to transform their businesses and their lives. Be part of an exclusive group of ambitious women ready to take actionable steps toward their dreams. Don't miss out on the event of the year, possibly the century. Schedule Your Payday. Tickets will sell out fast. Now, if you're struggling with sales, visibility, and scaling your business to new heights, be sure to secure your spot now and step into the future where your voice is not just being heard, but you're being seen as a force for change. I will see you there, and I'll see the warriors. I'll see you on top. And remember, be the change, be the legacy, schedule your payday. Many business owners right now don't have the endurance. Once it gets hard, they quit. Once they run into somebody who may be some level of competition, this is not working. Dr. Sonja is already doing that. Do you realize I cannot reach 8 billion people? But us together, along with some other thousands of people, we can reach all the people, not all of them, but we can reach the people that need to hear from us. So this is about endurance, being able to not just move through it, fight through it, but come out on the other side with such a testimonial that it blows people's mind. I believe the reason why my company has been very successful is because of my transparency. I make fun of myself. I laugh. Somebody will say something like, okay, that's their opinion, but it doesn't stop me because there's so many things that need to be done. The next thing is strategy. Now, these are my favorite. These are strategy, structure. I'm going to put these together because they go hand in hand, and a system to get to $1 million. That strategy, what can you put in place like right now? What strategy can you go learn from someone that you can apply to your business to really help it elevate? Because all these things, that focus is first. You have to have the discipline. You have to have the endurance. You didn't hear me say anything about skill, did you? Now, some level of skill, it's in there, but it's more about strategy. What strategy can you put in place for the business that you have right now? I'm in the space of coaching and consulting. If I start looking at it, when I started this years ago, looking at what's the strategy for me to put in place, I just wanted to make $1 million. The truth be told, at the beginning, it wasn't about $1 million. It was about paying my bills. Hello, just put hello in the chat. It was about paying my bills. And really, as a single mom at that time, I really wanted to do something different for my children. I did not want to work for someone else for the rest of my life. And that's all I had been taught. And so I was looking for a strategy for me to get to $1 million. And check this out. The strategy of how do I do it smarter and not harder. How many people do you know that work hard? I was one of them. I know plenty of people that work hard are still barely making ends meet, or they have a business, it's just them, the mouse in the house. And they're talking about they have a company. That's not a company. You just created a job for yourself. Next, structure. What structure and things do I need to put in alignment for me to be able to do this? 21 years military, you better know I know about structure. They told us what time to wake up in the morning, what to do when you wake up in the morning, what are you going to do between the hours of 7 and 8 o'clock, which is physical training, your PT. When you get done, go take a shower, put your clothes on, what do you put on first? Your jacket, your pants, your socks, all of that. It was so much structured. I was structured out. But you know what? That really helped me in my business. I know that is one of the reasons why we've been able to generate $28 million in 3 years, simply because of that structure. It doesn't go away. I believe the best of the best, if you sit back and look at their habits and their daily routines, there is such structure that most people would make fun of them. Let them make fun. Let them be right and you be rich. Next is a system. What system? What automations? What platforms do you need to use to be able to build your $1 million business? If you're listening to me right now, you're in the coaching, the consulting space, speaking, and being a published author. I call that a triple threat. When I tell you these 3 S's, if you learn how to apply them to your business or any business, if you have a brick and mortar right now and you haven't learned to be a consultant, I almost want to say shame on you, but that was kind of shaming people. I don't want to do that. But when you know better, you do better. If you're a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a service provider, you do graphics, if you would understand this flow and understand how to put a strategy in place to get in front of your ideal audience, how to have a structure that gives you the routine that is needed for you to have the focus and the discipline and putting the right systems in place. And I don't have the last one up there, but I'm going to say this. If you're truly wanting to get to $1 million, and the things that most business owners are missing, last but not least, is mentorship. You cannot get to a place you've never been and think you're going to get there on your own. That is one of the biggest things that has helped me along the way, someone helping me with my blind spot. So if you're listening to this right now and you need someone to help you with your blind spot, especially if you're in the consulting and speaking and coaching arena and being a published author, make sure you find the link somewhere around here and book a call with one of my team members or get some free content, even more free content. Download a free gift or something like that. But just don't sit back and watch me on YouTube and not engage with this content. There's so much more out there to learn, and time is not waiting on you. So don't be one of those business owners that is lacking those things. Make sure you go get the much needed help and mentorship to help you get to your $1 million company. This is Dr. Sonja. I'll see you on the next Wisdom Ball.